Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif wants the remaining signatories to shield Iran from US sanctions and allow it to sell its oil. Tehran has already begun rolling back some commitments by breaking a limit on enriched uranium agreed in the 2015 accord. Let's go to our correspondent, Dorsa Jabbari. She's joining us live from the Iranian capital, where the Foreign Minister, Dorsa, is reiterating Iran's stance that this can't be a one-way agreement.
Yes, certainly, Elizabeth. The foreign minister, following the weekly cabinet meeting that was held in the capital this morning, said that the EU signatories of the nuclear agreement their actions are not proportionate to their expectations, meaning that what they've been expecting from Iran to do under this nuclear agreement, Iran has done, but the European signatories have not upheld their end of the deal. And the Iran officials believe that that is because the United States withdrew from this agreement last year and imposed a series of sanctions on Iran's banking and oil sector, which has also affected the European countries that were supposed to invest in Iran's economy. That was one of the main points of this agreement, that Iran will freeze its nuclear activities to a certain extent, and in return it will get relief from a series of sanctions, and investments will return to the country. But none of that has happened, and Iran has decided since May, the Iranian president announced that every 60 days, Iran will continue to scale back its commitment. And the foreign minister today stressed that that is indeed the plan they are going ahead with. And the next phase, which will be the third phase of their scaling back their commitment, will happen in early September.
Dorsa, has there been any progress given the number of phone calls between the Iranians, the Europeans? They've all been meeting in Vienna lately. Any progress on the sort of concrete measures that Iran is asking for from the Europeans?
Well, the Iranian president, Hassan Rouhani, spoke with his French counterpart, Emmanuel Macron, on Tuesday evening. And during that conversation, President Rouhani stressed that Iran is expecting the Europeans to uphold their end of the deal. And the first step is for Iran to return the oil and banking sector of Iran to return to normalize relations with the international community. That is what Iran expects immediately. And the president also stressed that all these measures Iran is taking in terms of scaling back its commitment under the nuclear agreement, they will restart that as soon as the Europeans uphold their end of the deal, meaning once the Europeans say that they are going to invest in Iran and they will continue to purchase Iranian oil, which is under U.S. sanctions, the Iranians will go back to the standards under the nuclear agreement, meaning they will go back to the 3.67% of enriching uranium. They will only keep up to 300 kilograms of enriched uranium. And all these things, the steps that they've taken so far, are reversible immediately. This is what the Iranian president stressed. And that is the feeling here, that once the Europeans really decide to stand up against the United States and their sanctions, then the Iranians are more than happy to go back to the terms of the 2015 nuclear deal.
Dorsa, thank you for breaking all of that down for us. Dorsa Jabbari, live in Tehran. Thank you.